This episode of Speakers of Fightland is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Circa Barakeel, Remy Asalia, Saray Cypher, Omeji Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Arcadia Lunashine, Dramavian, Nina Grimstarter, Casey Schaefer, Daimos, Lily Black, Hans Grenade, Sapa Chakwatol, Ferris Gentoru, Cletus Oreo, Quick Levin, Luke Leonatrell, Stella Bell, Ceres, Icy Lee, Lyria Rain, Pamela Isley, Umbral Wind, Naive Arino, Celeste Razgris, Elenriel Maximus, Edwin, Bob CC, Fabson Voidworm, Rami Maverick, Code Red No, Mira Miri, Winebow Brood, Bay Barbalay, Kaisa Regina, Uzora Akari, AJ Brainswordson, Suno Shikano, Yowie Wowie, Chesha Saltiri, and Gideon Ura. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Fightland.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Fightland episode 212. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston and Rollo Dez. It is September 12th, 2020. It's been an eventful week in the game because we've had a patch, and that is our main topic today, patch 5.31. Also, new Tales from the Shadows out now, and we would be fools not to discuss it. So we will discuss it today. We'll also read your MogMail. I can say speakersxiv.com/MogMail now because I will take the website up tomorrow. So by the time YouTube viewers can see this, you can send MogMail again. Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be reading questions from the Syndicate. And that's more or less the show, plus recent events, which we'll get to in a moment. Channel updates. Fall and Rise. It's out now. So don't watch it. If you're watching live, don't watch it now. Just wait until after. Also, you probably watched it if you watched the post show last week. But this is the release version. So it's a little different from what you saw on the show.
We're still waiting for Rokian.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah, that's that. Should probably also mention that the next addendum episode will be about the fan fests, but it won't be out until we know what's going to happen with the next fan fest, and probably not until after those fan fests have concluded, so I can put those in as well. So
it's going to be a while.
Yes, but in between, you'll have Soar. And you will have a normal Fall and Rise episode. We'll conclude A Realm Reborn. Ooh. So, yeah. There's that. All right. What have we done this week in 14? Who also Core? I know no one cares, but there you go. What have we done? What have we done this week in 14? Rollo.
All right. So you know how I said I was going to do Ishgardian Restoration?
Yeah.
So I did. I went to the Diadem twice, like the morning of it came out. And then I got out and I was like, fuck this. This sucks. This is boring and stupid. I refuse to participate. This is... I thought like maybe I'll get the title just by make a little bit of money. Like this sucks. So I've just been sticking to leveling Black Mage. I'm still doing that. I finally got that one skill that makes you spin and gives you an umbral heart or whatever.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's neat. You don't have to transpose all the time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, Georgi, what have you done?
Well, I did cap Dancer. I haven't done the Little Lady quest, and thank you. And beyond that, I've started leveling Dark Knight, so that's my last tank on my main to level up.
Nice.
And
That's good fun.
Then I'll work on machinist, and then all I'll have will be melee DPS level.
Oh, God, the worst.
Not that we think any less of you, melee DPS viewers.
No.
I used to play melee DPS, and then
yeah, I know.
Ninja like that, and so I had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been every single day since the patch. I've been thinking, today's the day. I'll go into Diadem. I haven't gone into Diadem at all.
I went into Diadem on patch day, and then I was in there, and I'm like, yay! And then I was there for like an hour, and then I went in to turn in my shit, and I got like 300. Like, wait, I was there for like 2 hours, and I got like 300 scripts or whatever, and I'm like, oh, fuck this. Like, you have to get like 1,800 scripts for one of the new items? No.
Well, just do the fates or whatever it's called.
The using the auger thing? Is that what you're talking about? The fates? It's happening right now in Ragnarok.
Oh, dude, pause the pod. We gotta log in right now.
Unfortunately, can't even go in because like 20 minutes before it started, it was already congested.
I thought they fixed that.
No.
You could have. I swear most of the money that I make when I go into Diadem is not from the Diadem itself, but it's from what I craft afterwards.
Yeah. Oh, it's finished now, so there you go.
Boo.
Okay.
Did you get the high five?
Oh, I want that. I got like, I feel like yeah, what?
It makes a noise.
Really?
Does it make a noise?
Yeah, you can slap people on the ass.
And you can repeat it, and it'll be like.
I don't know if it sounds exactly like that.
Man, that emote works exactly how you think. Nothing like
you can never line it up.
Hope they're the same height as you. Try your best.
Yeah.
Spend a little bit of time lining things up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I haven't really done much other than my one trip into Diadem and whatever we did on stream.
How close is your monk to capping?
I think I'm almost there. All I need is like one roulette, and then I'm done. Yeah. All right. I guess that's what we've done this week. Let's jump into recent events. Yes, and there have been recent events.
A lot of them, actually.
Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers EP 2 is available for download. You can download a new EP featuring songs from patch 5.3. Tracks included are Where All Roads Lead, which is the theme for Heroes Gauntlet, To the Edge, Eternal Wind from Shadowbringers, and What's Anvil, and Love You Shall Find, which is Turncliff's theme. You can get them on iTunes and Amazon Music. It's only available as download.
Yes, it is only available digitally. I was kind of surprised by the Turncliffe theme name. I don't know why it's called that.
And Love You Shall Find. Is it like, it feels like it's a quote from something, because this is like the end of a sentence. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know if it's a reference. It feels like it might be a reference to something, but I don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
Well, there you go. If you want that, iTunes, Amazon Music. Tokyo. Oh, we're on Amazon Music. Wait, where are we on? Amazon Podcasts? We're on literally everything now. Our audio version is on so many platforms, I don't know anymore.
Well, because some of them just pull automatically from other feeds, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I sometimes get like emails of like, oh, they have put you in your library now. And I'm like, okay, you can listen to us. Like, I think we're on Alexa now. You can be like, hey, I'm not going to say it, but play
Alexa, play speakers.
Yeah,
it's
Speakers of
podcast,
Eidolon.
Go.
Right. Anyways, Tokyo Game Show 2020 is coming up on September 27th. Interesting. That's a Sunday. So it is possible that speakers will cover it. I'm not entirely sure what does it list the time. 4:30 a.m. PDT.
Fuck that. That's
Which is probably a less horrible time for Europeans and an even less horrible time for me.
Does anyone in chat have like a quick conversion for that for Europe? I think that's close. Is that close to noon?
So it was 4:30, right? So
Yeah.
it's 7:30 my time AM. So that would be
12:30. Yeah, so it's noon. 1 p.m.
That's pretty good.
Okay. That's good. I think I'll just say right now we'll be covering that. September
Will we?
27th. Yeah.
I suspect it's just one of those walks with Yoshi P and friends. I don't know how coverable it is.
Well, there's See, this is the thing that I hate with this, is that we don't know. I mean, Yoko Taro is there.
Yeah, I know. But it's
such
going to be one of those things where they're just talking to each other.
It is, isn't it? And it's not going to be translated either because it's TGS.
No.
I'll just read what the post says. This year's Tokyo Game Show will be held online, and Square Enix will take part with plenty of news to share from Thursday, September 24th to Sunday, September 27th. On Sunday, Yoshi P will be taking a leisurely trip to a random world on Final Fantasy XIV. Joined by Yorha, Dark Apocalypse guest creator Yosuke Saito, and Yoko Taro, the three will discuss various topics while playing the game. On Sunday, September 27th, from 4:30 a.m., which is 12:30 p.m. BST. You can watch that on YouTube Live, Nico Nico Live, and Twitch. Foxconn will also be there.
That description is weirdly phrased, suggesting that there's only going to be 3 people there when it lists Foxconn as one of the guests.
Yeah.
He's in the background.
Yeah. It might be worth taking... I mean, if it is just him walking around and doing, which is... I am surprised this isn't like a live letter. But then again, what would he show at this point?
Yeah.
It's just
It's about time for the post-patch live letter, isn't it?
I guess, but wouldn't that make sense for it to happen after Bozja? Because that's still upcoming content, and they've already covered it quite extensively. So yeah, I don't know. How far away is that now? Do you think? Is it 2 weeks
Bozja?
or 3? Yeah,
Probably be a little bit
3.
after.
3. Is it like 4 weeks after 0.1 patches? I always forget this.
I would think it's 4 weeks after the 0.1 patch.
Okay, so 3 weeks to go. Okay. Moving on. Unfortunately, we cannot escape this. But this is positive, I guess. It's good news. COVID-19 update. Restoration of full customer support. A follow-up. We are pleased to report the Support Center live phone support service will resume starting Thursday, September 10th at 9 a.m. PDT. So obviously that it's already open. This edition means
what
that...
a lovely birthday present, Square Enix.
Finally, you can call in to Square Enix. This edition means that all previously available support avenues have been restored. Live phone support will be available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So this unlocks the following support.
Unlocks.
Yeah. Support Center email correspondence, in-game support desk correspondence, in-game Game Master GM contacts, Support Center live chat, and Support Center phone calls. Updated. Okay, they added that. We will be monitoring the stability of the phone service, but there may be intermittent issues as our staff continues to work remotely, and we adapt to the new tools that enabled us to resume support. To ensure phone support quality, we may ask for brief feedback related to the quality and clarity of the phone call. Your feedback would be appreciated. Well, there you go. You can call Square Enix now and complain about how long it takes to get your mount in your Moogle delivery box. Okay, well, speaking of complaining, the companion app is having some problems with compatibility for Android 11. The reason we're bringing this, you know how much we love the companion app. We are avid users ourselves. Yes. Got to get that nut. Got to get that nut in every day. The latest Android OS version, Android 11, has released. However, we are still working on updating the Android version of the Final Fantasy XIV companion app to be compatible, and currently, the companion app cannot be launched on Android 11. Sad for everyone, I'm sure. We're working to make the app compatible in the very near future. And this is the kicker. This is official advice. Until then, please refrain from updating your device OS to Android 11 if you would like to use the companion app at this time. Don't update your phones if you want to use the companion app.
How is this the urge? I don't need the security updates.
I can't miss a nut. I cannot miss a nut. So
same.
No nuts lost. I will wait.
I'm gonna clip that.
We will provide an update once we are able to determine a time frame for companion app to be compatible with Android 11. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, and thank you for your understanding and cooperation. Well, there you go.
Lovely.
Lovely. It's nice to hear. I love that the few times we hear from the companion app, it's about issues or problems.
Why do they never have any good news to give us about the companion app?
I don't know. Okay, well, from one absurd news story to another. Remember the Fatter Cat plushie that I believe we've seen before? It was shown again with a price tag on a recent stream, community stream. It is a massive, like, it's probably like this big.
Like the size of someone's torso. I guess.
Yeah. And, well, the price, ladies and gentlemen, $210 for that plushie.
A small price to pay.
210. That's a lot of money for a plushie.
Have you seen it though? It looks nice.
I mean, it looks nice.
It looks nice.
Is it $210 nice?
So here's my perspective on it. I have a giant Boo from Mario beanbag. Now that was supposed to retail at 210 Australian dollars. I didn't pay that.
Right.
I got it on at half price. It has since gone on to sale to be as low as $50. So I'm a little annoyed about that. But that is bigger than this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it was cheaper. So I cannot justify the price of this fat cat.
Especially considering that the Omega statue is like $230 US, comes with an emote. I mean, it just shows the pricing madness that Square Enix is operating with. How can they charge? Because I can kind of see why the Omega statue is that expensive. It's like, it's more intricate than just a fucking ball filled with cotton. That's literally
With love. Can you put a price on love?
Well, my impression is that it's filled with void scent energy.
Yes, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deal for a void scent energy plush.
Well, it'll be out February 2021. If you want to burn some money, I guess you can get this massive plushie. Remember, it's just a ball filled with cotton. That's all it is, and you're paying $210 US for it.
Might make a nice pillow, though.
That's true.
Wood.
What?
I don't know it would. I feel as if it would be very hard.
Some people like hard pillows.
It's also
I
like
don't know if I'd...
overly big. It's like,
It's really tall.
yeah, if you're
I don't
trying to
think
try to
that'll be good
lay
for my
down
neck.
with that, you'll be
Listen.
sitting. You'll be sitting, Rollo.
Have you seen those weirdos that have like 5 pillows stacked up when they sleep? There are some real fucking freaks out there.
5 pillows
and they
is a
might
lot.
enjoy this.
I use 2. I usually use 2 pillows.
Okay. I have 2 pillows, but one of them is for the back top of my head so that it doesn't hit the wall.
I use one pillow and I
Okay.
fold it over, and that's how
Okay, all right.
feels nice.
Did you know that back in the old days, people would sleep sitting up? They would have really short beds, and then they would just sleep sitting. Very
I believe I've
strange.
heard this. Yeah,
That
I don't
sounds
like it.
terrifying.
No, yeah. How did they not? Why did they think that was an efficient way of sleeping when lying down is so much better?
Think
Prepare
about
to
this,
attack.
Nikhil.
Yeah.
We still sit on the toilet when it is not the most efficient way of going through that process.
There's a new dev blog out right now, everyone. In monochrome melodies. It's about the Shadowbringers theme, To the Edge. I'll just read it now.
Okay.
Hello there. This is someone.
It's a psycho.
Yes, from the community team. A month has already passed since the release of patch 5.3. We all hope you've enjoyed it so far. I said main theme of Shadowbringers. It is definitely not that. It's the theme that plays. Yeah, well, you'll understand it when I read it. Since it was the conclusion of the Shadowbringers storyline, the patch contained quite a lot of exciting main scenario content. While it was extremely story-driven, experiencing the game as the protagonist provided a unique angle to the story, one that deviated from reading a novel or watching a movie, but certainly more interactive. It was truly amazing. I was on the edge of my seat for most of the main scenario. Speaking of the edge, I would like to share the lyrics for the amazing tune that plays during that one particular trial in the patch 5.3 main scenario. Without further ado, here are the lyrics for To the Edge. So if you
Start
wonder,
singing them. Come on.
I'm not reading. No, sorry, I'm not reading this. That's where we'll end the story. Moving on.
Well, there's more at the bottom.
Well, yeah. What are you doing? This, yeah. read the
Yeah.
bottom.
Well, I have to read the lyrics, don't I?
Are
No.
you?
I mean, if you
No, I
want.
don't think you need to read the lyrics. I think people can read those in their own time.
Go to the dev blog and read them. These lyrics are supposed to represent the characters involved in the patch 5.3 trial, those who became incapable of bringing things to an end, and those who arrived to bring closure. It's a pretty involved song, but I feel like it makes it all the more meaningful. Your impression of the trial may have also changed now that with the what? Your impression of the trial may also changed now that with these lyrics in mind. Oh, now and that has to be moved. May have changed that now with these lyrics in mind. So we recommend going through the trial again while paying attention to the song. So now, not only must you battle the boss, but now you may have to battle those emotions within as well. I'm not crying, you are. Additionally,
Not / crying, thank you very much.
not / crying. Additionally, a mini-album, Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers EP 2, which we mentioned earlier, containing To the Edge and other tracks from patch 5.3 are now available for purchase. We hope you'll enjoy listening to these tracks outside of the game as well. Finally, we've also released the 7th installment of Tales from the Shadows. What could the latest story reveal? Be sure to give it a look-see. Thanks for going through a lot of some pretty amazing patch 5.3 content with us and more. We hope you're staying safe and healthy out there. Okay. There you go. If you were wondering what the lyrics were, go to the dev blog, read, enjoy. Speaking of Tales from the Shadows, Ere Our Curtain Falls is out right now. Now, I don't... This is a... It's weird because the other stories we've gotten, the last two, didn't feel as important, if that makes sense, as this one. Like, they just suddenly gave us this cherry This is
Great.
a grape. A grape. This story is about Emmett Selk and Elidibus, and a little bit of Azem.
Azem,
Lahabrea even.
Yeah.
Azem, Lahabrea, and Hythloius
Lahabrea.
don't actually appear. They just get mentioned.
They get mentioned. Yeah. But Azem is definitely an important plot point here. Well, in the first half, we get a little insight into. I was wondering when I read this. Is this this volcano? So there's volcanic activity on an island, and
yes, that grows grapes.
Yes, that grows grapes. Sounds very familiar. There's normally they would just be like, okay, that's happening. That's okay. That's how the world works. Those who want to leave will leave, and those who won't will stay. But Azem has decided that those grapes are so good, I must protect. And sorry, I'm just going into the meme a bit much here, but you know, they mentioned the grapes at the end. But Azem is like, I can stop this volcano from destroying that village and the farmland. So they will essentially turn the volcanic energy into Ifrita and then destroy it away from the island, which is a weird thing to do, but I guess that works.
I mean, it's much easier to battle a primal than it is to battle a volcano.
That's true. So essentially, creating a primal and then slaying it. Sounds familiar again.
Wow, I wonder who that could be.
Can I just say, I don't think Azem did this for the grapes as much as they claim that this is the reason.
It's obviously, to me, it's more like Azem did it to save the village and the people down there. But to justify it, to not make it a big deal, they're like, well, I do love the grapes down there. I want to save the grapes. Is that island? What is that like? Limsa? Is that like? That sounds like the same kind of land.
It's Vilbrand.
Vilbrand.
It sounds like Vilbrand.
Yeah, sounds like
based on the fact. And when you consider the fact that
island,
yes,
volcano.
Grapes. When you consider the fact that Amarot, if we are to believe where it is in the first, is reflective of where it was on the unsundered world, was probably close-ish to Vilbrand, and probably Vilbrand was the closest part of Eorzea, what is now known as Eorzea, to Amarot.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Yes. Then the story sort of starts focusing more on Zodiark, Elidibus, Emmet, and they call it they're just mentioned, the 14, the convocation. They're just mentioned like once or twice, but it's essentially it's just telling how Elidibus slowly just became a primal, essentially. Like he lost his memories, and more of his personality was stripped away. He's referred to as a youth in the story.
But he's also referred to as a young man. I don't think he's a child. I think
that's what I'm saying. Youth
youngish.
It would have said child, because we know they say child to children, and youth would imply like older, right? He's younger. He's a lot younger than Emmett Selk, at least we know that much. I guess, what else is there to mention?
The Lahabrea stuff is really sad, where they talk about like how Lahabrea created Ifrita, and then Emmett Selk is like, man, he's a lot like his creations. You know, they burn so bright and so fast.
Yeah.
I think it sort of explains a bit more about La Habre's approach to bringing about
Insane.
the rejoining. Because if he was in charge of the creation of constructs and essentially primals, it makes sense that he was the one that went around teaching all of the beast tribes and I guess other people how to summon them.
Yeah, it's true. That's yeah. I guess.
So
yeah, go on.
I guess it also kind of confirms that like Emmett Selk only really showed up after La Habrea died, right?
Yes.
He was just kind of chilling after he, I guess, quote unquote, died as
Solus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It showed that Elidibus was kind of like really well. We already knew this, that he was a very eager member of the convocation, very willing to fulfill his role. But it also showed that he was kind of like a fan of every older member of the convocation as well.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It was a sweet story, sad story. Because they kind of it's Emmett Selk explaining it. Like, I wonder when, because he's the storyteller in this tale. It's from his perspective. But it's sad. They're all gone now. They're all dead. They're all gone. That's what they call it. Because dead is nothing to them. Gone is like the big here. Yeah. So if you haven't,
also learn that.
Yeah, go on.
We did also learn that Hyclodius was the.
Oh yes.
What's his role in the Bureau of the Architects? He's like I want to say leader, but it was a more official term than that.
Oh God.
I'm a cinematographer. That's not it.
It's like the head administrator of the Bureau of the Architects. So he was in charge of storing and handing out concepts.
Yeah. And it was implied that he was the one who gave Azem Ifrita.
Who approved Azem's desire to utilize Ifrita.
Yeah.
For the grapes.
The grapes, yeah. Other than that, another theory I've seen online is that when Emmett Selk was first introduced to us in 4.4, I think it was, just after we see Varys speaking with Elidibus.
Yeah.
Back then, people were suspecting that it was because Emmett Selk didn't like Elidibus as to why he didn't reveal himself until after Elidibus left. But now I've seen people saying that possibly it was because it was too painful for him to see one of his friends who had deteriorated so badly to be around them.
Okay, well, that's that. It's a good tale. Go read it if you haven't, even though we technically spoiled it. But there's a lot more in there. There's some stuff we didn't mention.
Still don't know why the three Unsunned were who they were.
No, that's true.
I hope we get an answer to that one day.
Yeah. What do you think the last story is going to be? Do we still think it's Graha and...
I think so.
Luna?
I think it would be weird to not have any of the 8 Tales from the Shadow be about Graha.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it for recent events. It's time for main story. We will jump into the patch notes for patch 5.31.
Hooray.
Yeah. Okay. Right, here we go. No, that's
We're in the void.
Ooh, hey.
That was Fallen Rise playing there for a second. Right, Reflections in Crystal. Right, let's see. There's nothing here. Okay, so playable content, new side story quests have been added. So that's the Ishgard Restoration shit. That's Orgeber. Ingridon. Is Ingridania here?
That's Incel or whatever his name is.
That's Francel.
Oh, that's Francel. Oh yeah, Orchard Bear is who's that?
That's the guy that he's just always standing in front of the
Oh, that's
board
him. Yeah. Right, of
in the
course.
firmament.
Yeah. Yep. These are the quests. We don't have to talk about these.
Well, just point out that they'll be unlocked after all the reconstruction is done. You can't do them yet.
Oh yeah. Right. They're not available. Side quests also cannot unlock until you've done these. So finish the firmament to learn more. Housing items now. What the fuck is this?
A little statue.
there's a chibi statue of Estinian. Very cute. And Paisa rug, like double Paisa rug. Mandragora clock with like a. Are those? Do they move? Do they like?
I've never seen it placed.
Yeah, no, me neither. I don't know what they. And there's also like on some sort of. I think that's new as well. Whatever that item is placed on. Is anything else new in this picture? Is the floor new? Is the wallpaper new?
I think the bed is new. That's just the bed from the inn, isn't it? In the
Oh yeah, that's
in Castarum.
Oh, is that what it is?
I might be wrong. Is that not it?
Okay, I don't know. We already have a double bed, but I don't know if it looks like this. I guess that's new. The bed is not new. Okay, no. So that is just the double bed that we've had for a while. Okay.
Oh.
They've added new orchestrion rolls. They won't tell us which. New triple triad cards have been added.
There's one new triple triad card.
Nice. Okay, so a new emote has been added. This picture, it's interesting.
Just some bros hanging out.
Yeah, looks like very specific bros to me, but the emote that they said they probably wouldn't be able to implement because of obvious problems in this game when it comes to emotes. It's here. Apparently, you have to like aim. You have to like pray that it'll work.
You have to aim, be the same race, or be a similar height-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Lalafels can only high-five each other.
Yeah.
I mean, we asked for it.
Yeah. This is what you get. I mean, it is a spaghetti game, so this is what we have. Yeah. Then there's the new hairstyle.
I feel like this same hairstyle has been added like 5 times in this game.
Yeah. I got this hairstyle as one of the only things I could afford. I chose poorly. I picked this. I wanted to test it. Okay. You don't really see it in this picture, but there's a mass on this side of the hair that feels completely pointless. I don't know. Also, if you remove that, it kind of looks like every other hairstyle. It looks like a hairstyle we already have.
It seems so similar, but somehow worse.
Yeah, and then also, when I put the hairstyle on, I was zoomed all the way in, and textures. How can we get bread that is so highly detailed it looks better than real bread, yet our hair looks like cardboard, like someone's been like drawing on cardboard? It's very strange.
I mean, come on, you gotta admit, the bread was just the only thing on screen, so like everything could go on there.
Yeah.
It's interesting that they're still implementing hairstyles from the 2015 hairstyle design.
Yeah.
What? No. That's not true.
They have many. Considering, I don't know how I feel about this hair. But it's there. Get it if you want.
It doesn't it looks a lot better in the concept art.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fluffy. Like here, it's just
Well, I think
bad cloud hair.
hair in general in this game is very difficult for them. So yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Battle system updates. The weekly restriction on receiving blades of golden antiquity from Edensver's refulgence has been removed.
Very early.
Very early. Go farm that shit. The following adjustments have been made to Edensver's Savage. 2 treasure coffers will now always appear. Furthermore, the weekly restriction on rewards obtained from coffers have been removed. The weekly entrance restriction on all areas of Edensver's Savage has been removed, and players may now proceed directly to any area of Edensver's Savage.
It's our time. We can finally start.
The item required to enhance weapons purchased with elegant tomestones of allegory, crystalline ester, can be purchased from... His name is still funny to me. Fathard and Yulmore. Manufactured coin and puppets coin. You know how this works.
Get your coins.
Yeah.
Your eye level 400 weapon.
Yeah.
If you're not a savage.
New items have been added. These are the things you can get. Is this crafting gear?
This
No,
is, I believe
Or is it
this
just
is
glamour?
sky build. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm.
right.
I like the top. I don't. I mean, it was if you dye a different color, it looks nice. I think, but
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Cooper Fortune drop. Okay.
Oh,
Is-
Kupo. Okay, Kupo Fortune. There you go. I think it looks nice. It looks very. It looks high fantasy. It looks fantasy.
what is this? Game of Thrones? Is that Joffrey? Is that him? Is that Jon Snowden
That's-
or whatever?
Yeah, you know nothing, Jon Snow. Should Jon Snowden?
Is that not his name?
I think individual parts of this could be used for a lot of different glamours. I think the boots work quite well with other things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. New recipes, obviously, for the Ishgard Restoration stuff. You can now store the yokai shit in the armoire.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay.
Clear up your inventory. And now Ishgard Restoration. We'll discuss this more in depth now. The third phase of the Ishgardian Restoration has begun. With Francel de Halienart... How do you pronounce this properly? Like like the French whale. Alienart. I think it's Alienart, right? Because it's not... They don't pronounce the H. Leading the
I don't know
charge.
if it would be alien art because there's only an E after the L.
Oh,
so
you know what?
like
It'll be
Alienart.
Ayenart.
Hmm.
Hayenart?
Hayenart.
Leading the charge. The reconstruction of the firmament surges Francel alien art. The reconstruction of the firmament surges to ever loftier heights. As many and more take up residence in the new nest, the young lord would realize his latest vision, a bustling new commercial district befitting Ishgard's new age of free trade and enlightenment. Artisans, one and all, take up your tools and answer the call. To coincide with the supplies, to coincide with the updates to the Ishgardian Restoration, new supplies can now be crafted and submitted. In accordance with this update, the following additions and adjustments have been made to the submission of supplies from the previous chapter. So players can no longer collect stuff. Essentially, they're worthless now.
Yep.
Yeah. So you can't use them for anything. If you kept any of the old stuff, sorry, Mela.
I mean, that's how it was before.
Yeah.
What happened at the first to the second step? So I don't know why people would expect anything different.
Yeah. The following additions and adjustments have been made to the Diadem. There we go. New items can be gathered in the Diadem. Woo! New items can be gathered... What? Yeah.
Items.
New items can be gathered for the third phase of the Ishgardian Restoration. They can be submitted to Flot Pazon for inspection. Following the addition of items for the third phase of the Ishgardian Restoration, the following adjustments have been made to the inspection of items from the previous chapter. Players will no longer receive... Okay, so again, same thing. Additions and adjustments have been made to the rewards for the Kupo of Fortune. We've seen one of those items, but we also know that we got the umbrellas, the... is there a mount? Is that the goat mount or whatever it is?
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but
No,
yeah.
There's the minions, yes. There's the... Is it the Ardbert minion?
Oh, the Ardbert minion came from the...
No, sorry,
Rising.
not Ardbert. It's a character minion, right? Is it...
Gaelic hat, yeah.
Oh.
Is it just the Gaelic? Wait, what am I thinking about? Oh, we just saw it. It was the housing item of
Estinian.
Estinian. Right.
Oh, yeah, there's a Pteranodon minion now as well.
Yes.
To go with that mount that you almost certainly already have.
Yes. Yes. Right. Rankings for the third phase of the Ishgardian Restoration have begun. For a given period, each player's Skyward points are tallied and listed on the lodestone. The Skyward points earned during the ranking period are known as the seasonal score. Players finishing in high ranks will be eligible for rewards and achievements. The ranking period lasts from the release of patch 5.31 until Thursday, 17th of September 2020 at 6 p.m. GMT. Sorry, 6 a.m. GMT. Seasonal scores are tallied for each class with rankings divided by world and class. There you go. Rankings are updated each day at approximately 9 a.m. GMT. Seasonal scores can only be accumulated on a player's home world. Top ranking players will be awarded a special achievement and title. These rewards can be obtained by using the following items distributed via the Moogle delivery service. First to 12th place, Season 2 writ of beatification. What is it again? I always forget.
Beatification.
Yeah, it is beatification. Season 2 writ of commendation. 13th to 100th, Season 2 writ of commendation. We've already talked about this. They released this info earlier. So, yes, players may now speak with Face of the Firmament to be transported to the Mendicant's Court to St. Roel's Days. I didn't know that until after I had finished. Is that the one that teleports you to Elto? I think that's what it is. There's a person at as you enter the firmament that you can talk to that will just teleport you to Elto. I wish I knew that before I finished it, but
Well, it didn't exist before.
why add it now?
Question.
Well, there it is.
We no Ethernet shards.
Yeah, when are we going to build Ethernet shards? Maybe when it's all done. Maybe the spaghetti code won't allow it when it's being updated. Well, none of us have really done much of this yet. I was in there, like I said, I was in there for a few hours. I was disappointed by the amount of scripts I got, and then I left.
I don't know about you. I got some grade 3 Sky Builders hemp.
Wow. Hell yeah.
Have you read the description for it?
No?
It says, compared to the grade 2 variety, this is the good shite.
Okay. Well, that's funny. I mean, all of the Diadem or Firmament stuff has funny descriptions.
It does.
Yeah. So here's the mount, by the way. That's the goat-looking thing or whatever that creature
Scary.
is.
Why is it so scary?
I don't know. It's fucking legs. It's feet. It's like I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's a very terrifying creature.
Yeah.
When you consider it in totality.
Yeah. And the minions, the Gaelic cat, and pterodactyl?
Pteranodon.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is. And then there's some system updates, but that's basically just the achievements and commands for the new emote. There are some resolved issues, which what I love is known issues, which is there's a problem that we can't solve, so please don't fuck with this. An issue in the Diadem wherein a location of certain clouded, lush vegetation patches is incorrect.
I just like the idea that we'll be like gathering like vegetation from a rock.
Yeah. An issue in the Diadem wherein the spawning location of certain enemies is incorrect. An issue in the Firmament wherein progression of its reconstruction results in NPCs being placed in incorrect location.
Like the guy's dangling in the wrong place.
Yeah. And an issue wherein the graphics of certain furnishings introduced in patch 5.31 do not display properly. There you go. Result issues has a big one in it. But which one? I don't want to read all of these. Ooh, I see guild leave. An issue when undertaking the guild leave. It's a trap wherein objects were not correctly placed, preventing players from completing objectives. Why? I'm struggling with plurals today. Everything is singular today.
It's the materia thing, yeah.
Oh, materia slots. Where is it?
Ishgardian on the 5th from the bottom. No, 6th, I think.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. An issue wherein the waist gear and accessories of augmented Neo Ishgardian attire had the incorrect number of materia sockets. So that has been corrected. No. So you have some new slots now, everyone. If you have that belt.
Fill those holes.
Fill those holes. Okay. Well, we shall go back. Well, that is patch 5.31. Good. It's a very small patch. It
is.
Yeah. Okay. What?
Wait for the next one. That'll be the one we'll talk lots about.
Wait for the next one. It's time, I guess, for MogMail. We can actually get through quite a lot of them today. That's exciting. Let's go through. Did I mention that I'm opening the website on Sunday? I'm opening the website on Sunday, so I did say that. All right, cool. MogMail, where are you? There you are. But there's not going to be anything on screen today. So I'll just be reading it. That's how it is. Our first MogMail is from Sionir Misa from Odin. Hello, speakers. I have a theory that's a bit far-fetched, but interesting to think about. With the convocation of 14 as the most recent and plausible theory for the origin of the 12, I tried to link the few things we know about it. The 12 are actually 13 entities, as Nald Thal are identified as twins. So who are they? Emmet Selks was Hades. His element was death. According to 12's Esper, we already know they are linked conceptually to the Ascians, his zodiac sign is Gemini, the twins. We can then suppose he might have become Thal. In his temple in Ul'dah, the ossuary, he's perceived as the divinity of death. Nald, his twin, also has a temple in Ul'dah where people go pray for wealth and money. Now, don't we have a brand new Ascian stated in Garlemald, as Emmet Selk was? The writers also happen to make very clear that he has a thing for money. Could it be that Fandaniel and Emmet Selk are more linked than it seems? I wouldn't know where this would lead the story, but it's still fun to think about. Cheers.
First off, I have to say, it's very funny. I know you didn't intend this, but just to think of Emmet Selk as a Gemini. He's such a fucking Gemini, isn't he?
What the fuck? What does this even mean?
like in Zodiac's, of course Emmet Selk would do that. He's a fucking Gemini.
See, I knew the joke you were going for, but I didn't know if you were speaking with any degree of authority on star signs.
No, I'm not.
No.
Okay.
Yes. I don't think we've touched on that enough. That Nald Thal is actually two entities. Or two
but is
per
it?
people. Yes, this is a change that occurred more during transition from 1.0 to 2.0. I think we've discussed this before. Koji Fox spoke in an interview that in A Realm Reborn, they were more like, they just fused it more. It was more, that is one god with two aspects. But in 1.0, it was left more as the twins, Nald and Thal. Yeah. It's a bit unclear, which makes that a very interesting god. If that is, it's any of the ancients, maybe something happened with one of them, or I don't know. It's an interesting idea. It also would help with the 13 people summoned Hydaelyn, not 12, because in that, remember when we saw that picture of the ancients? There were 13 of them. There was like one like hidden like slightly in the back. That could have been, I don't know. It leads more credence to that theory. Yes?
So one theory I've had about this as well is that it could have been the 12 plus Vanar, who was not part of the 12, who was just Hydaelyn.
Yes. Yeah, that's possible.
That is another theory I've had about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Do we, in A Realm Reborn, do they even talk about Nald Thal as like twins? The twin faces, I know they say. He says it in the intro for Ul'dah.
That was a difficult question to answer.
Yeah.
Side quest, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, probably. But Nald and Thal is represented as two people. That is undeniable. Oh, that's undeniable. There is the ossuary and the one that's closed, Sacrarium. Wait, or is it the other way around? I don't remember which one's closed.
I think the Sacrarium is the one that's closed.
Yeah.
It's the one that the Black Mage NPC stands in front of.
Yes. We also have Nald's Reflection and Thal's Respite. Those have two different people supposedly in it, like the twins. They're holding their different, like one holds the ewer and the other one holds a sword. Yeah. If they're supposed to represent Emmet, Selk, and Fandaniel, I don't know. Fandaniel is obsessed with money. That is one observation that we can make right now. Have I ever said that have I told you what I feel about the We Are the 12 theory? Because I don't like that theory.
No.
I don't know if I've ever said
like
that.
It.
No, I don't like that theory because it just adds to that. Oh, we are the most special person in the world. Now we're like literally like a fucking ancient. Like we're a god.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
What?
That's an ancient.
Well, everyone is, but we are like one of the most important ancients. We became gods in this new world.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's like 6 other ones of us that are also important. So that,
Yeah, that's true. We're at least.
How many shards are left? I don't remember.
What?
How many shards are left? Is it?
How many shards are left? 7 are gone.
7. I think there's 7 left, including the source. Oh, not including the source.
We've had 7 calamities.
We've had 7 calamities.
Plus the 13th.
There's the 13th is unusable, so that's 8 that are. So I guess there's 6 left that are good.
Yeah, so there's 6 other important people too, but we're the most important out of those 6 because we absorb the other people.
Yes,
we're from the source.
We're from the source. We're from
get
where it
precedent.
matters. Yes.
Ooh, that's kind of sad to think about.
Yeah.
Kind of ate some other people.
If it's true, then it's like there's nothing above us. Like we are the ultimate power in our universe right now. That's very strange to me. I guess.
Is it? Why?
Because where the fuck is the story going to go after this? Like we literally cannot ascend any higher than godhood. We are gods among men.
The thing is, we're not actually Azem anymore.
No.
And we are choosing I suspect this is where it's going to go. We are going to choose to remain as our sundered selves. Thus, we are not ultimately we are not ultimately as powerful as
we
would have been if we chose to fully recombine with our sundered selves.
Yeah, depends on where the story is going. But looking at what's happening to Xenos, I have a feeling we are going to go down a path that will make us even more powerful.
No, because you know what's going to happen, Lukiel? We aren't that strong, and once again, we'll be in an instance where Xenos will beat us.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening at this point.
Just one more time.
Are you talking about how you think we're going to combine with Heidelin?
Yeah. Or how,
So
like,
here's
not combine. I don't know.
The reason I think that's not going to be indicative of our ultimate strength level is because I think our combining with Heidelin will be a temporary thing, such that we can defeat Xenos, and then once we defeat Xenos and by extension Zodiac, we will dissipate Heidelin as well.
That's one possible outcome. I hope
we're going to need 7 people either way to do it. So
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How strong are we really?
We'll see. I feel like the power creep is very high right now. We're very, very powerful.
Yes.
It'll get like a power reset or something. We'll be like,
we need that. I would love to be like back to like fucking scrub level in the story, but
they'll
that's
slap the ether out of us.
Yeah. They did that once. They did that in Heavensward. So
What if we restore some of the shards and so we get less etherically dense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm just sad that we're never gonna have like the 12 are bad scenario, like the 12 are evil scenario.
Don't worry, we can still. That doesn't stop us from potentially fighting them one day.
That's true. Okay. Well, that's we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I think about Nullthal more than I should, because I think that's a very difficult god. It is the most unique one, because it's like they don't really know what it is. Is it twins? Twin brothers, they were called. And then they're like the two faces. And then it's like twin aspected. It's very strange. All right. Thank you, Xenair. Next, Genovatia, Twin Tanya. Hello, speakers. Just a quick question. During the Bard questline in Heavensward, we learned Wanderer's Minuet at level 52. I always took the cutscene in that part as an implication that we ourselves made that song. Would you like to see more questlines in the future where instead of learning things that have been passed down the ages, we instead made and named our own abilities? Maybe a future chemist/apothecary doing their own concoctions. I mean, not actually making our abilities, but making it look like our character figured this stuff out themselves.
There's a couple of skills that are like that, I feel like. Especially
Blackest Night.
Yeah, Blackest Night is one of them.
Yeah.
And they comment on that too. Like that, where the fuck did that come from, huh?
Mm-hmm.
See, I like the idea of this.
Yeah.
The problem is that I don't think it's where they're going to go with skills any further, just because learning skills is not tied to quests anymore.
No, that's true. They could always reintroduce it. It feels like they still don't quite know how to solve the job quests thing. Like, it's changed with almost every patch now. No, sorry, every expansion. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like that. I feel like yeah, go on.
Sorry, no, you go first.
I just like the idea that we're like we're shaping the job, because often when we learn jobs, they're like, oh, not many people are this job. The ancient texts, and maybe it makes sense that we're like, all right, let's bring this job back up and we'll make some new shit. That would be cool. Give us more of a personal, like, feel like we're more connected to the job as well.
I like it when we teach other people about the jobs, like
on
the quest line.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Also with machinists, aside from the early quests, where I guess Stefanivian is that his name?
Yeah, I think so.
Is the one who facilitates the skills we obtain. Essentially, we have to be making machinist skills ourselves.
That's true.
Otherwise, where are they coming from?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Who made the atomic or whatever? Where'd that come
Yeah,
from?
where
huh?
did is
I
that
didn't
explained?
know that.
I haven't done machinist yet, so I don't know. So I haven't
It's the
leveled it
big
to 80.
harpoon gun. When?
Oh yeah, do we ever? Is
Who
that
made
ever?
the-
The queen is
sorry.
from this expansion, so we'll probably not know who made that. It'll just appear.
I think you just get it when you hit level 80, or what level you hit for.
I'll just say this, and they need to bring regular job quests back. I need to know. I hate the fact that I don't know why I switched to glare. Why did all my spells turn into white, like light aspected magic? It's weird.
So yeah, this is what I was going to bring up earlier. Yeah, I definitely want them to bring back job quests next expansion.
Yeah.
I don't need like one every 2 levels.
No.
I understand that's a lot of effort, especially with the amount of jobs that they have to deal with now.
Yeah.
But like, maybe for the next expansion, maybe 80, 85, and then 90.
Yeah.
Or yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I know that the first is light, but we're not from the first, and also that's not where we learned white magic.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
You'd be okay with like level 90 skill still being like the last skill you get from the quest.
You don't get your level 80 skill from the quest.
I'm saying, but would you okay with?
Yeah.
with them doing
No,
that?
I wouldn't actually.
I would. You wouldn't be okay with getting your last. Okay, why?
No, because there are morons out there that don't do their cap quests before they go into the final trial / dungeon.
I kind of like that having because this is the ultimate skill. It's way more exciting than in 1.0 when your as a white mage your level 50 spell was sleep. It was like repose. Woo! Repose finally. But yeah, it is exciting to get that final skill. I don't know. I just need a little justification, especially when they're making big changes to the class, with white mage, and getting to that actual job quest, and no one's acknowledging that I'm suddenly throwing glares out instead of stone. That's a little strange.
With the rock stone kill. We didn't. What?
Yeah, it's yeah.
They probably, because we remember for every level 80 quest, we basically tell them, yeah, we got up to some shit on the first.
Yeah.
They're probably just thinking, oh, I guess he's learned it there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go.
Also, quickly talking about white mage job quest, I don't think you're gonna like the 80 to 90 job quest for white mage.
No, it's gonna be.
It's not gonna be what you want.
No, it's gonna be about those. It's gonna be. I don't like it.
What? You're not gonna get the before stuff. You're gonna get the little baby kid horn kit. What are they called?
The kid.
You know what I mean.
the Pajal?
Agile.
It's gonna be more Pajali shit.
Yeah. Well, actually, I would be happy with more Pajali lore, because we don't have a lot of it. Well, most of it is you get some in the White Mage quest, I guess. That was definitely not what we got this time.
It's gonna, the level 80 to 90 quests, Nikhil, are gonna be about helping the Taint Lady.
The Taint Lady. Yes, it's gonna be. Yeah, it is. All right. What I want for the next White Mage quest is Amdapur, Pajal, and actually, those are the two main things I want. Something tied to this. Why am I cleaning taints?
Well, you haven't done that since level 7. Don't. Level 60. Don't over exaggerate.
Wasn't there a taint in the 80? What was I attacking in the?
Oh yeah, there is a taint in the 80 quest.
Yeah. I'm sick of taints.
Hey. If I was to come up with an explanation as to how you could incorporate Amdapur into the 80 to 90 quests, you could somehow connect the elementals and how they hid away Amdapor with the taint. Because think about all the stinky in the lost city of Amdapor.
That's true. That's true.
That sure looks like taint.
That looks
and
like
if
taint.
It's not, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's full of taint. All right. Well, thank you.
I just want more reasons to say this word.
I just want. Yeah, it gives us permission to say taint, and that's funny. Next, doesn't it like literally? I hate that it's like clean the taint. Like there's.
Is it cleanse the taint?
Oh, cleanse is what it is. Yeah, cleanse.
Let's cleanse the taint.
Okay, clean the taint. That's more disgusting.
Clean the taint sounds very weird.
Remember to clean the taint. All right. Next question from Cafe. Ragnarok.
Ooh. Not. I don't know if we have time for this one.
Oh, right. Oh, I just started scrolling.
Maybe skip to the next one. Sorry,
All right,
Cafe.
We'll read it next week. We'll read it next week. This one's from Age. That's tease for next week. What could Cafe possibly have asked us that's so long? Okay, AJ, Brainswords Ragnarok. Hi guys, I just finished the latest World Quest, the 5.3 one. Just in case you don't read this for months.
Hey, it's just been 1 month.
It's just been 1 month. And wondered if you had any thoughts regarding the end scenes of the quest with Legatus Valens. He's kept in the shadows as though we might recognize him, and I was wondering if he might be someone from 1.0, perhaps a second in command of Van Darnus. Of course, the devs have a habit of keeping people's identities secret, and then we end up finding out they are no one we ever met before, like Unukalhai. But just in case there was someone in 1.0, I asked the expert. And speaking of Unukalhai, do you think he will ever be anything relevant to the MSQ? It is so weird that they keep adding little lines of dialogue to him whilst acting like he doesn't exist anywhere else in the game. Well, the first question is quite easy. As far as I know, it does not look like it's Legatus from 1.0. The only two Legatuses we really meet in 1.0 is Van Darnus and Gaius. I don't even think they reference other Legatuses in 1.0. So
he might just he might be someone that is written to be in the background.
Yeah.
He was there at the Battle of Cardinal Flats.
That's yeah.
And that's why he hates us.
That's why he likes milk and sweats a lot. Yes, Unukalhai though is interesting because the game is like, okay, well, we have placed this like void kid in the Solar. Now we can't use the Solar anymore because we've placed this boy in there because he's relevant to the Warring Triad. So now we need to make this new room for that for MSQ. Also, they just keep adding like little lines of text every time we progress the MSQ without ever telling you that, by the way, there's that kid that we placed down there. Like, he's just there. You'll have to remember him yourself if you want to see if there's new text added to him.
Maybe he'll be relevant in the next expansion. I could see them doing that.
I really hope so too. I hope this is one of the I hope this is one of the things that Yoshi P was saying, referencing when he was like, maybe you should replay or go back through Heavenswood and might be important.
Yeah.
I hope Unukalhai is one of them.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know.
Do you have no concept of who Valens would be?
No, his name definitely doesn't ring a bell. So if he was in 1.0, he must have been someone who was not referred to by name. And I cannot remember. I would have definitely remembered his armor. I'm pretty sure the only Legatuses we ever see are Gaius and Van Belsar.
Van Darnus.
Sorry, Van Darnus. Yeah. I think he's new. I think they've just made a new Legatus, which is refreshing.
Why hide his face?
That is
sweaty.
A good point. Yeah, sweaty. He's too sweaty.
I think we'll get the sweat filter for G-Pose. There's the wet one, but I want to get this.
Rollo. I mean, the technology is there.
Exactly.
So,
is it though? Because It felt like it was like they specifically like modeled the sweat onto him. I don't think it was like procedurally generated.
No, that's true. Okay. That's something you can put on your wish list, Rollo. Get sweat filter for G-pose. Someone ask your OCP during a Q&A and make it awkward.
Chat brought up something that I think is an interesting thing to ponder. Do you both Scylla or Scylla or Silva, whatever her name is, and Unalkalhai are from the Void, and it is suggested that they could be warriors of light. Do you think either of them are one of our sundered parts? And if so, which one?
Ooh. That's interesting. I don't know. I haven't even thought of that. I've never... It's so weird to think that we have, like, sundered parts in other worlds, but of course we do. I don't know. I don't see... Well, I think of the two of them... I mean, Scylla's acted more like us, I feel like.
But remember, when Elidibus plucked Unalkalhai from the Void, he said he pulled him because he did not have the opportunity to reach his potential.
That's true, actually, yeah. Maybe it's Unalkalhai. I don't know. Yeah, because there is still that question of why Elidibus pulled Unalkalhai out. Like, why he put him here.
That is a question, but I think the Tales from the Shadow kind of explains it in the sense that that's like a part of his soul like recognize who Unalkalhai was, but without fully understanding, and also might have sympathized with Unalkalhai being a relatively young.
That's true. Yeah, that's possible. Actually, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interesting. I
feel as if Unalkalhai is more likely to be relevant moving forward because I just worry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I just fear that anyone who is on the first right now is going to have big difficulty being relevant moving forward.
That's so weird though, because Scylla's storyline at the end of the job quests implies something about the Void, about the 13th. So, I mean, both those stories kind of relate to each other though, because. So they might just, I don't know. I want more Void stuff, and we might actually get that now in the next patch, because I have no idea where we're going story wise.
It's so interesting that we've had so many raids and like storylines that relate to the Void, and yet we know so little about the actual Void itself.
Yeah. That's
Void expansion.
Yeah, we might. 6.0 might have a lot of Void shit in it. I feel like
Mel's over. That'll be taken care of for 5.5.
And we've also theorized that the final part of the Eden raid might have us exploring the Void a little bit.
Yeah. Oh god, I forgot. Even the Eden storyline is full of Void shit. Yeah. I mean, all the pieces are in place for more Void stuff, so they're just waiting. And now that they're done with the first, it's time to go all in, baby. We're gonna get Void shit. Okay. Well, that's where we'll leave you tonight. Actually, we won't if you're watching live, because there is the post show. Remember to follow us on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIreland, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord in chat if you're watching live, to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, link is always in the description. Send us MogMail, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. You cannot send MogMail if you're watching live, but if you're watching on demand, it is most likely up, and you can send MogMail now. Stay tuned for the post show. We'll be reading questions from the Syndicate, and then I don't know what else. See you there. Bye. Bye.